Hey Bob, I hope you're having a great time in California. I'm glad you're coming home soon because I've missed you. But I do have something I need to tell you. I was going to tell you before you went to California, but I didn't know how to tell you this. So I made you a video explaining it. And I have a little bit of a script here because this is going to be a big thing that's hard for me to say, which is why I couldn't have the guts to say it to your face, just because I didn't know how you'd react or what you'd say. So I was hoping if I made a video, then you can watch it while you're in California and then think about it while you're there, and then hopefully when you come back, you won't be so upset or however you're feeling when you saw this video. So, little script. I'm sorry if I look down, it's just I wrote it all down. The news I'm about to say, you might already know about what I'm going to tell you, as I think you've already been suspicious for the last couple of months based on the couple of things that have been happening that seem odd or unusual to you, as you've been kind of picking up on it, but I've been kind of like brushing it off because I didn't know how to tell you it. So I was just kind of hoping you wouldn't notice that I think you have been noticing. I'm just gonna give a little bit of a backstory first, explaining what's leading up to this. As you know, I found Avery in 2014 in my garage 5 years ago, which was how I got into the reborn hobby and all into dolls, and I just kind of fell in love with having like a fake baby in a way. And by that, I got you into it, and you got really into the hobby and passion for that as well. And I know you fell in love with Avery, and um, when I remember telling you that I was going to have Avery gone, I was going to get rid of her. You were very heartbroken. You were very upset and sad, and I understood. You know, like she was like your first granddaughter because you've never had one before, and that was like the closest you'd get. So I know you really had some like heart for her, and when I told you that I was gonna get rid of her, I know you felt very sad about that. Um, then I got Ava, and you really loved her. You took her on as like your second granddaughter, and it just went really well from there. And I had Ava for 4 years, as I got her in 2015, 1 year after I found out about Avery in the garage. So I had Avery for 1 year, and then I got Ava I've had her for 4 years. And lately, I've just kind of been feeling bored and detached from her, whereas you probably noticed that I haven't really been taking her out much. I haven't really cared about playing with her or doing anything with her just because, I didn't really feel like it. I didn't really love that hobby anymore, and so I took kind of like a break from that. And I just knew that at that point I needed a change because I was just so used to the same doll, the same person, the same look, just everything about that. I needed something different. And so when this incident happened, that was kind of like an indicator of what I should do, what the future, what should happen. Um, so while I was thinking about all these things, of how all the memories that we've made, going to the zoo, going out to stores, going to museums, like all those things. Like we've done those over the past 4 years, like every single year, and it's just been boring in a way. Like every single time we go, it's the same exact thing. It'd be the same exact reactions we get from people, it's just, I was just kind of sick of it in a way. I was just like, I need something new. And then so, this one thing happened. It was one day, or it was actually one night. I don't remember. But one day, I noticed that there was something wrong with her eyelash because, like, a year ago, her eyelashes started falling off. So I had some super glue and I put it on like a little safety pin that I would like put like underneath the eyelash to like put it back on. But so I was like, oh, I'll just do that again once I started seeing it was falling off again. And so when I put it on, I wasn't as careful and some of the super glue fell onto her eye. I didn't know if her eyes were glass or plastic. I didn't know, and I looked it up and I couldn't find anything. And so what I just thought of was, because I remember that acetone can get off super glue. So I took some acetone and I put it on like a little like cotton swab, and I just scrubbed the eye a little bit. And at first it was fine, but then a couple minutes later I started noticing that there was this like whitish film starting to form on top of the eye, and I tried for a couple of minutes scrubbing it off, hoping that it'll eventually come off, but no matter what I did, it just kept coming back. I put water, I put Goo Gone, trying to get that off, but that didn't work. And, I was at my end. I was just having like anxiety attack because like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fix it. And at that point, I just I quit. I gave up. I was just like, obviously nothing I can do is going to fix this. Nothing that I do is going to fix her eye. And so I decided the second best thing would just be to get a replacement. So I decided to go onto the website that I bought her from and to get the same exact doll, the same exact kind, the same exact doll, and just buy a new one. So that's what I did. I bought a new doll, but when I got it, it wasn't the same. I was expecting it to be the same doll, but when I got it, it didn't look the same. Its hair was more of a reddish, brownish color, not like a blondish color that Ava's was. And so I was very upset with that. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do because then I was like, well, I don't want a ginger baby. I wanted a blonde baby like Ava was, like I wanted it to be the same thing, and I was hoping that you would notice that I took it back and got a new one. But, so after that decision, after I returned the replacement doll of Ava, I was on the website and I found this one doll, and it was called Bunny Hugs. And I don't know what about it, but it just kind of attracted me in a way, and I was like, maybe this is what I should do. And so that day, I bought a new doll. And just because ever since I got Ava, and ever since I started realizing that I was getting sick of her, I have been thinking about getting a new doll. I just didn't know when or what. So when I found this doll, I was like, okay, I'll get this one. So I ordered this doll, and I have my reasons, okay, and I'm going to explain to you the reasons of why I got a new doll and am replacing Ava with this new doll. So, my first reason was the size. So, Ava was 18 inches long, and as you know, she was very small. So, she would only fit into preemie sizes and only like maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 newborn sizes, because most of them were way too big because they were meant for like 20, 21 inch babies, so she would fit into those. And so her clothing, like, selection was very limited, and I was just kind of getting sick of that. You know, I was just like, I want new clothes. I want more of a variety. And so when I noticed on the website that this new baby was 20 inches, I was like, that's what I want. I want a longer baby. And so the 20 inches sounded really good to me. Because then I'd be able to get actual newborn clothes, and I just got excited about that. So my second reason was the arms. So, as you know, Ava only had half-inch arms. So her arm would only go up to here, and then from like the elbow and up was all cloth. So whenever she'd wear onesies, the sleeves would still reveal this much amount of cloth. So it didn't look that realistic, and it bugged me so much. So whenever I'd have to make her wear a onesie, she'd have to wear a long sleeve shirt underneath it and then the onesie on top of it to cover her body showing from the arms. And so then when I saw on the website that this baby had 3/4 arms, so that the vinyl would go all the way up until here, which is where the onesie would go. This onesie sleeve goes down to about here, and so her vinyl would go up until here too. So you wouldn't see any of her body when she wears a onesie, and I was so happy about that, because then I can finally wear onesies that we bought onesies before, but I could never wear them because you could see the body part, the body fabric, and I just hated that. I did not like seeing the fabric. It just didn't look realistic, and so when I saw she had 3/4 limbs, I was really happy. And so my third reason behind this was her eyes. Um, her eyes are a bright, bright blue, and I just thought that they were the most gorgeous thing ever. Like sea blues, like so gorgeous. Like, and she had the blonde hair and the blue eyes. I was just like, this is my Swedish baby. Ava had really dark blue eyes, which in some lightings actually looked black, and I didn't think that was realistic. So when I saw this baby had blue eyes, I was like, okay, you can see that. They look like eyes. They don't look like black demon eyes that you can't see like the pupil or anything, because they're just so dark. But these ones are light, so you can see her eyes, and they just look so good. And so I loved her eyes. They were like love at first sight when I saw them. Another reason is the hair. So under the description, it says she has rooted blonde hair, which means that instead of glue securing the hair onto the doll's head, it is stuck into the vinyl with like a needle, so it's stuck in there, which means it'll last longer, it won't fall out as easy, which is good with the maintenance, because with Ava's hair, since it was glued, if you ever got it wet or if you brushed it too hard, it would just start falling out and be like everywhere, and then she'd be losing hair so much, and I'm just afraid that eventually she's going to be bald because all of her hair's falling out because the glue isn't very secure. So when this baby has rooted hair, hopefully it will last longer than Ava's will, and it's also not as frizzy, because I know that Ava's is since it's glued, it's not as thick, it's very thin fine, so it gets really frizzy, and it doesn't look as realistic as like normal hair would. But that was another reason. And my last reason behind getting the new doll is the weight. As you can remember, with Ava, she weighed a lot. She was so heavy, and so whenever I would carry her, I'd have to put her down after a couple of minutes because my arms would start to get hurting. And I was just like, oh, my arms get so sore. I don't like want to hold her or carry her around when we go shopping, just because like it hurts. It's physically straining, and I just, it sucked. And so this baby weighed a lot less. I think like maybe half as much as Ava did. So she is weighted, but she's not too weighted. So she's like a good amount of weight where you could feel that she's weighted, but she's not like carrying a brick. So, in my opinion, that sounded really nice. And then that way I can actually carry her around and not feel like my arms are heavy because I'm just carrying around this like really heavy thing that she's way too much in there. So I just want to tell you this. So I do have a couple things that I think you might want answers to, which was why you'd be upset. So I think the reason why you'd be upset is the cost, which is my mom said that this is one of the reasons why you probably might be mad that I did this, was because she was afraid that all the clothes we bought from Ava won't fit the new baby since she is bigger. But I made sure that upon getting the baby that I checked every single clothes, every single pants, every single dress, everything. So I made sure that they all fit, which they do. So I'm not wasting any clothes. I am not throwing out any clothes because all of them fit. All of the money that we spent on getting Ava's clothes, I will still be using them toward the new baby. So you will not be wasting your money. I just want you to know that, okay? So I understand that you may be upset by this decision because you didn't know it was probably happening. You didn't know what I was doing because I kind of made this decision behind your back without talking to you, or maybe asking for help, because maybe there is something I could have done to fix Ava's eyes, but I didn't ask you for help. I didn't ask you for anything that you could do to maybe fix the situation, which I just made a rational decision and bought the new baby out of the blue. So, it was quick decision that I made, but I am happy with it. I'm happy with the decision I made. I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy that I bought it. I'm happy with the doll I got. She's lovely and I love her to death. I know you're probably gonna be heartbroken that I'm replacing her. Don't get me wrong. I love Ava. I love her so much, and I always will. She will always be my baby. She will always be my first. I've had her for 4 years. I won't ever forget her. I won't ever forget the memories we made. Everything that we did together. I won't do that. I'm not, and don't take this as a kind of like, I know I keep saying the word replacing, but I don't want you to think that. Like, I think that I'm doing this in a way of, I fucked up, I made a mistake, I ruined it, and I'm sorry, okay? But I do think that this happened as like a wake up call, as like a reason that I need to do something. I need to change. I need something different to happen. And so that change and that different thing to happen was getting a new baby, starting a new life, starting new memories, and just starting a new family, you know? Even though you, me, and Ava will just go down as a memory and not a thing anymore, but now you, me, and the new baby can be a family now, starting together once you get back. I do hope you can forgive me, though. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that I could have fixed this decision by asking for help, but even if I did ask for help and nothing could fix her eyes, and I just would have given up anyways. And so, I decided to get a new doll. And I'm sorry if you feel upset by this, but I just hope that you can forgive me for what I did, and for the mistake I made, and for the decision that I decided to make. I just hope that you can give this new baby a chance. She's a lovely doll. She is unique in her own ways. She's not replacing Ava. She's not like one-upping her. She's a reborn in her own special way. Which is why I'm not also naming her Ava. She is a new baby. She is a reborn, different entirely, all in herself. So I decided to give her a special new name, a special kind of birth story, like all kinds of speciality for her, just so I'm not continuing on with being like Avery, Ava, Ava, Ava. Like, I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to keep replacing Ava in a way. So by giving her a different name and her a different life story, I think that that's gonna help move on past Ava and move on to the future with this new baby, this new life that we're making. I am happy with this new baby. I was happy with Ava, yes, I was, but I needed something different. I needed something to love. I was starting to not love Ava anymore, and I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want me to start hating her and start never wanting to do this hobby anymore just because I was falling out of love with the doll that I had. So the decision I made by getting a new one, I think really did fix my scenario of starting to fall out of the passion of the reborn hobby. I do think that this solved that in a way. Because I do love her, and I do feel like she is truly mine. Because she looks most like me. She looks similar to me. She actually looks like me when I was a baby, so I think that's pretty nice. And most importantly, her quality of realism, it blows me away, because she just looks so much more realistic than Ava did. And in a way, I think it's a progression, as where we started out with Avery, which didn't look like a reborn at all. I mean, it was reborn, but it didn't look like a reborn at all. It didn't look real. I couldn't pass that by as an actual real baby because its proportions were all off. It just didn't look like a real baby at all. It had the length of a baby, because she was, I think, 20 or 21 inches long, so she was the length of a real baby, so she fit newborn clothes. But her head was too small, her hands didn't look right, her legs were bent in a weird way, and I just didn't really like that. So then when I got Ava, it was like a step up. Ava looked so much more realistic, like times 10 quality enhanced. Like it was that much of a difference, and it looked really good, and I was in love with her. I felt like she was the best baby in the whole world. She was mine. She was my baby. Like, I made her my everything. But then, every now and then you find something better. You move on, you find something better of a quality, better of, just maybe better features. You just kind of, you get in love with something new. So, then I bought the new baby. And I was proud. I think I made a great decision, and I'm in love with this new baby. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you your final goodbye. So I have Ava here, and so I know she just wanted to say goodbye. Here she is. Here's Ava. Gonna say goodbye to Bob. As you can see, her eyes are messed up. I don't know why this happened. I don't know how. I don't know what I could have done to fix it. But I just thought that, this would be a good time to say goodbye, because it will give you some time to maybe cope with you. I mean, of me sending this video and you seeing me and what I've done. So, I'm sorry, and Ava's sorry, but she loves you, and I love you. Okay? I love her. And she will be missed, and she will never be forgotten. So, if you want to say goodbye, you can say goodbye now. You can also say goodbye when you come back home. You can see her then and say goodbye before I put her back in her box and keep her in the closet. But, so this is goodbye with Ava. But now I want to introduce you to the new baby. You also see her in person, but I just thought, giving you a little heads up of what she looks like, and you know, just like what she is gonna be like, I think that that would be good. So I'll actually read you this. So her name is Emma Lily Mitchell. Um, as you know, I keep it in the theme of giving them like a flowery middle name. So since Ava's was Ava Rose, I decided to do Emma Lily, just because I thought that sounded nice. And she was born on October 27th, 2018 at 1:32 in the afternoon by FedEx. And she is called the Bunny Hugs doll. This is probably backwards, but she is from the same artist as Ava was, so I did keep that the same. She is a 3-month-old baby, whereas Ava was only 2 months. This baby is 3 months, and she is 20 inches long. And now I spent $200 out of my own money. This was my own money. This was my own bank account that I used. I didn't use my mom's money. I didn't use anybody else's money. This was my decision, and so I decided that I should pay for it. Therefore, I did, and I am happy with what I did. So I just wanted to introduce you to her now. Here is Emma. You can see her beautiful blue eyes. See blue eyes? Her hair is very nice. Yeah. And here are her 3/4 limbs, as you can see. She's wearing a onesie, and you can see that the onesie covers her body. She's wearing a bunny onesie that we bought, since she is called the Bunny Hugs doll. Her hands are different. Ava had 2 different hands. She had one that was a fist and one that was a full hand. But these ones, she has 2 full hands, which I actually like a lot better. So I think they look more realistic than a baby constantly having just a fist. I didn't think that that looked really nice. But here are her legs. And so this is Emma. I really hope you enjoy her and love her as much as I do, because I am happy with her. I love her, and I hope you do too. So I hope when you get back, you're not mad at me, but I hope you understand what I did and why, because I don't know. I really wanted this, and I deserve this. I wanted a new doll for a long time, and I think this incident finally indicated that it's time and I need to do this. So, here is your new granddaughter, Emma. I hope that when you see her, when you get back, that you like her, because I am gonna be happy to make all new memories. We're gonna go to all new places. We're going to make so many new memories and take so many new pictures, and I don't know, I'm excited and I can't wait to share her with you. So thank you for listening and watching this video. I'm sorry if you're upset. This is what's best for me, because I feel like if I didn't go down this path, if I just continued down Ava's path and keeping it with her, then I would have started falling out of the reborn hobby, and then I'm afraid I would have started hating it. And I don't want to do that. Like, we've invested so much time, so much money, so much life, so many years into this hobby and into Ava and Avery and now this new baby. I want it to continue. So, um, thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you can forgive me. But, um, yeah. Um, I can't wait to see you when you come back, and I hope you can't wait to see me too. And most importantly, I hope that you will be excited to meet her, and you will be excited to start new memories and a new life for the three of us. So, hope you enjoy the rest of your time in California, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.